A woman walked into my antique shop and said, "My husband was your business partner 30 years ago. Before he died, he told me you still owe our family $380,000. I'd built this shop from a flea market booth. 35 years. Never had a partner. Thomas Whitley. He provided the capital. You provided the labor." She pulled out documents. Partnership agreement, promissory notes. The documents looked authentic. Old paper. Faded ink. Legal language from decades ago. Something felt rehearsed. My investigator found her in 2 weeks. Patricia Crane. Professional estate scammer. Targets elderly business owners with fabricated partnership claims. 11 victims. 7 had paid settlements. $1.2 million total. She researched targets extensively. Created fake documents matching their timelines. Built elaborate backstories about fictional partners. But she'd made mistakes. Her promissory notes referenced a bank that hadn't opened until 4 years after the date on her documents. The partnership agreement mentioned equipment I hadn't purchased until 2 years after the supposed partnership began. I contacted her previous victims. 5 agreed to participate. Patricia wanted to meet about payment terms. I had different terms in mind. The local Antique Dealers Association was hosting their annual showcase next week. 200 dealers, collectors, industry people. I was receiving a recognition award. 35 years of honest business. Patricia would be there as my guest. Showcase day. Convention center packed. My fellow dealers. Customers I'd known for decades. I took the stage for my recognition speech. Before I accept this award, I need to share something about the nature of trust in our industry. Patricia sat in the front row, looking sympathetic, playing the grieving widow. 2 weeks ago, a woman came to my shop. She claimed her husband had been my business partner 30 years ago. Said I owed her family $380,000. Patricia's smile flickered. She had documents, partnership agreements, promissory notes. Everything looked authentic. I clicked to my first slide. Her fabricated paperwork. Except for 3 errors. Patricia shifted in her seat. The promissory notes reference First National Bank. They didn't open until 1993, 4 years after the date on her documents. I clicked to the next slide. The partnership agreement mentions my display cases. I bought those in 1991 from an estate sale. The receipt is in my records. Patricia stood up. "This is defamatory. Your name is Patricia Crane. You've done this to 11 other business owners." 5 people stood up throughout the convention center. "I paid her $85,000, the first man said. "She claimed my father had borrowed money from a dead investor. $140,000, a woman added. "Said my mother owed her husband for startup capital." One by one. 5 victims. 5 fabricated partnerships. Patricia tried to leave. 2 police detectives blocked the exit. "You research elderly business owners," I said. "Find their histories. Create fake partners who conveniently died. Then prey on their honesty." I walked toward her. "You knew I'd want to honor a legitimate debt. You counted on my integrity." Patricia's sympathy vanished. "You can't prove Thomas didn't exist. I can prove your documents are fake. I can prove your pattern. And I have 5 witnesses who paid you $1.2 million for people who never lived." The dealers around us stared at Patricia with disgust. "I've known Marcus for 30 years, one of them said. "He built that shop himself. Everyone here knows it." Patricia lunged toward the back exit. A collector I'd known for 20 years blocked her path. "You tried to steal from him. In front of all of us." They held her until the detectives arrived. "Patricia Crane, you're under arrest for fraud, forgery, and theft by deception. 4 states, 11 counts." Patricia struggled. They could afford it. They had successful businesses. They didn't need the money. I stepped into her path. "I built that shop from a card table at a flea market. 35 years of honest work. Every piece researched. Every customer respected." I held up her fake partnership agreement. "You spent months creating a fictional partner. I spent 2 weeks proving he never existed." I dropped the documents at her feet. "Take your lies with you." They dragged her past 200 dealers, past the community she'd tried to exploit, past the industry built on trust she'd tried to corrupt. Patricia was charged in 4 states. Previous victims added their cases. Combined sentences, 22 years. Last month, a young dealer asked how I'd known Patricia was lying. 35 years of handling authentic documents. "You learned to spot fakes." He nodded. "What gave her away?" I smiled. "She thought age made me vulnerable. It just made me experienced."